give me one little second because we having technical difficulties over here. I'm having technical difficulties. 1 second. Record. Everything is dead. Everything is dead, y'all. Everything is dead. What's it?
I love, like, even just talking about the AI sector, it's like
Everything is dead.
we're in.
Staying late again? Yep, got prospect calls to summarize. You really need to switch the money.
You guys, both of my mouses is attached to this Mac computer. And this is like my trading computer. I trade from this computer. I operate and live stream over here. But we in there. We in there. And look at the market. The market bleeding this morning. Hold on 1 second. Market bleeding this morning. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let's revisit gold. Let me get situated because I'm like literally on my scooter, like standing here, y'all, in some fresh ass forces, off-white forces. But let's revisit gold yesterday. Let's revisit that. What was our projection yesterday? 45, 44.75, 40, 44.72, and then we changed it to 75.78, right? We were looking at 45, 44.75, 72. This is an area we were looking at to short yesterday, 72. And then I said, if the market comes within like 20 pips, we were going to push this to 78. This is what I said, correct or not? This is what we said. And this is yesterday's. I want you guys to put some 8s in the chat. If you remember what I told you, you have to learn how to lose like a champ. And if I give you a 30 pip zone and the market blows through that zone, you flip that zone and you switch and you take the retest. 8 the chats out. Put 8s all in the chat. Put 8s all in the chat. Because the flip zone by retest from that 75, 78 was monstrous. Monstrous. You see? Y'all start understanding trading now? You start understanding trading is not about buying and selling. It's not about winning or losing. It's about gaining the proper position and having the proper knowledge to understand that, yo, I was wrong on the sell. And in fact, I was right if I didn't change the zone because the 72 gave you almost 100 something pips because it dropped all the way down to like 58. Put a 1 in the chat if you took the original zone. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let me show you. Let me show you. Those are that's the zone. This is 4 hours. So this was yesterday morning when we were talking about her. You see? This all happened yesterday morning. She just, but look at where she's at today. Look at where she's at today. So let's talk about this. Look at this. Let's make some sense. Let's make some sense of doing proper leverage. Hold on. Boom. Let's talk some proper leverage. This right here, right there, is a drawdown. If you stayed into this part right here and didn't over leverage. I never will condone holding a trade in drawdown that long. You understand that? Like that's like almost 200 something pips. What I would suggest is to understand structure, because remember what we said. Remember what we called out yesterday. Boom. You see that? Boom. We're going to go right here. It's an ugly W, but it's a W. It's an ugly one, but it's a W. You understand that? Put some fire in the chat if you understand that. Put some fire in the chat if you understand that. So let's talk about her. Let's get into her. Let's get into her. Delete, decline all offers. Man, I can't be in my little thing. I can't be on my spot. So let me turn the camera around. If this is your first time in one of my classes, welcome to the Wick Talk. My name is Mr. Holistic. I am in my studio. I gotta clean it up. We got all products been delivered. I ain't been home in a month. And since I've been gone, I've had a ruptured Achilles tendon. So therefore I don't believe in chairs in my office as far as like working. So I trade standing for those who don't know. I like to trade standing. And the reason why I like to trade standing, for the simple fact, I don't like sitting down making money. I believe in being on the move, making money, and making money make money. So I don't sit when I trade. That's rule number one. Yes, so here we go. So let's go mark her up. Yesterday, what did I tell you guys? If you want to find zones, what do you have to do? Boom, go to your day. Look at your daily lowest, the most recent rejection from the floor, which is right here. You see that? Let me let you see it. Let you see it real big. This area right there. That area right there. So this is currently right now. So if I'm going, yo, she's at 444 right now. Shout out angel numbers. Equals 88. Equals 88. Shout out. So watch this. If I'm just going to try to day trade and look for a solid position to jump into this current candle, I would have to take that low and that high because there's nothing else here. You can't just say here because there's just pure sales. You see? So I literally go, yo, whatever she's about to do, she's about to complete this structure because this is an imbalance over here. You understand that? And the reason why I say that is because that's the all-time high. So anything past over here, that's like new territory. That's like out of space. You understand that? So in order for her to get here, guess what she has to do? She has to come back down. So what I'm showing you right now, what I'm teaching you right now is like the psychology of up and down in the market. Let's get it. So when you start seeing this, when I start seeing this, I'm going, yo, there's nothing but sellers in the market right now. And that's why the market is bleeding. Yet you had the market react. Let's talk about it. Why did the market react yesterday? I want to let you guys know. Type it in the chat. Anybody know why the market reacted yesterday? Why did the market go extremely bullish yesterday? Please tell me. It has something to do with oil. See, what you guys are going to understand is anybody can mark up charts. Anybody can press the button. Anybody can do technical analysis. Not everybody understands fundamental analysis and situational analysis. What was the news about? Oh, we're going to get into it. I don't think anything is valid from yesterday. Today's a new day. Venezuela. Trump in Venezuela. Y'all might not like him, but I'm just telling you, this is what happened to the markets. Leave your emotions. This is what happened in the markets. Not only did you snatch their oil, but you said you snatched their oil, made another agreement to get more oil, and we keeping the oil and in charge of the money of the oil. That made the market go crazy. U.S. getting oil. That literally just made the market go crazy. Say what you like about them, who cares? The market reacted. We're traders, not politicians. Let's get that understanding. We're day traders, not politicians. But we should be aware of when someone speaks and someone makes a decision to say something, and that something affects the market. Can I get some 8s in the chat if you understand what I just said? As traders, we should all be aware on whomever can say something, and that something affects the market. We should be aware. Understand that. Like, we're very aware when Jerome Powell speaks. Oh man, there's lots of photos today. Let's go. So let me show you guys. Let me show you guys the intensity. Damn, I haven't been on my thing since November 17th. Sheesh. Come on now. Do me right. Do me right. Today is the 7th. Look at the news. Look at the news. I gotta stay back over here. So you got, man, it's like NFP week too. So first thing first, hold on. For y'all to get to know me, y'all gotta click the thumbs up as y'all in this live. As y'all click the thumbs up, not only are you finna get educated, not only are you finna get learned, like I'm finna teach you how to fish. I'm finna teach you how I fish. And when I start teaching you how I fish, guess what you gonna start doing? Y'all gonna start fishing. We have to see how it plays out when it gets into those zones, to be honest with you. To be honest with you. I smoked so much weed, I don't even remember what I said yesterday. No, I'm just joking. You guys gonna start fishing. Y'all gonna start fishing. So watch this. So we know right now that we have literally a whole bunch of news. Red folders, yellow folders, red folders, red folders. You got PMI. You understand? You got farm employment change. So you got so much shit popping off in the markets, you see? This is the time frame that is happening. So I'm going, okay, if that's going to happen, let me go see what the currency pairs are doing. Let me go see what the currency pairs are doing. Let me refresh them. And let's see what they're doing. So we see the bully in the market is the Canadians. They're the bullies in the market. The United States dollar, euro, Japanese yen, and the New Zealand, like the New Zealand money, they're all equal right now, powers. The weakest ones in the market right now, when you start looking at currency, you're looking at odd and GBP. These are the weak pairs in the market. So I go, let me get over here and let me just look at gold for the week. For my position traders, let me reset her. Boom. Ooh, look at that. I want to delete everything. I need to delete it all. I might refresh my trading view. Because ain't no way all of them things supposed to be over there. Okay. There we go. That's a clean chart. That's a clean chart. What are we listening to? What the hell? Stop playing with me, gang.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it.
Oh, my daughter's up. Yeah, we'll keep it that low. That's the weekly on gold. Talk to me now. That's the weekly on gold. Talk to me now. That's the weekly on gold. Sheesh. So let's just tap the weekly high. Sometimes when you have a weekly high so close, you don't even need a daily high. You don't need a daily roof. My weekly roofs are always yellow. Let's go. Let's get into her. Bye, y'all. Boom. That's the weekly floor. 42.77. Boom. 42.77, and she jumped from here, closed here, boom, flew up here. That's what she got going on right now. And these are weeks. These are 2 days and 10 hours left in this weekly candle. Let's look at the day again. Look how close the weekly high is to where she's currently at. You understand that? Now you understand. Let's make that correct. Bye, y'all. Yeah, that's the weekly high. The weekly high is 45.50. So if I'm knowing that she just shot yesterday, she left gaps in the market, y'all. She left gaps in the market. You understand those gaps? Boom. That's a daily trend. That's a daily trend. You can immediately see it. You can immediately see it. Boom. Put some ones in the chat if you know how to trend line trade. Put some ones in the chat if you know how to trend line trade. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't know what a trend line trading is. Boom, boom, boom. Bronco Henry, I got you. So, in the market literally makes trends. And there's a common saying in the market, the trend is your friend. And when you start seeing a trend, in order to establish a trend, you must have consecutive touches at the same area and minimum 3 touches to consider it a trend. Hating like a motherfucker. Tell me the last thing y'all heard. Tell me that they hating like a motherfucker. I'm telling y'all, they be hating like a motherfucker when I be educating. Listen, y'all. If y'all think y'all finna learn this skill set just by jumping on y'all phone and the devil ain't finna hate, man, y'all better keep it real. The devil be on my ass because I be doing so much good. Listen, the devil be on my ass because I be doing so much good. So if you think we ain't finna have technical difficulties, imagine I got 2 Macs and a big ass 54. Look at this. I'm like live streaming from this thing. But both of my mouses is attached to this computer. Like, get the hell out of here. I go and do what Sean say. I go to the Bluetooth settings, disconnect them, cut both of the computers off, cut the one Mac computer that I want back on. None of the mouses that is only one that's connected is connecting to it. It's connecting to the motherfucking Mac that ain't even on. Make it make sense. Now let's go back. So for those who don't know what a trend line is, let's get it again. You can find your trend line right here, which is going to be on the left-hand side in your actual settings. What is a trend line? A trend line is when you have consecutive touches in a price range that it creates an actual trend, and you can run that line all the way up that trend to the weekly high. You see how it follows that trend? Put some ones in the chat if you see that. Now, what gives you confidence? You need 3 minimum touches. 1, started the trend. 2, respected the trend. 3, blasted from the trend. Boom. 4th touch, trend line rejection on the daily. Oh, come on, don't hate on me. It's right there. Bye, y'all. Stop playing with me, gang. What was yesterday's buy? What was yesterday's buy? What was yesterday's buy? Because right now we're looking at a drop to 44.12 to 44.15 if we're buying on the daily. So I'm going to just put that little zone right there. That's like a proper zone. And then I'm going to find it on the 4-hour. Boom, and see what it looked like on the 4-hour. Bye, y'all. Y'all see that? And what that's saying, if I'm trading only on the day, I'm going to wait till this candle get right here, and I'm going to take my entry, and I'm going to bink, buy from here, and make her react. Come on. Like she reacted right here. You see? Same thing. Right there again. Respect the trend. Put some fire in the chat if you want to understand what I just said. Here's your numbers. 44.15, 44.12. Now watch the 4 hour. Now watch this. Let's go to the 4 hour and just see this setup on the 4 hour for those who don't have patience. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So you'll be buying right here, right over here on the 4 hour, and on the daily, this is the position. So if you took that buy right here, which is worth taking the buy, that just lets me know. Now watch this. Now watch this. This is so key as a trader. Listen, I don't get on this motherfucker and try to teach y'all what I want you to know. I get on here and I teach y'all what you should know, like what I know. Now, how many times have y'all saw a trade, picked a zone, and then you saw something else as you start going down on those smaller time frames? And now you saying, fuck, man, I done lost 3 fucking trades back to back. And if I would have just waited on my fucking 4 hour time zone, my daily zone, I would have killed it today. Put some ones in the chat if that is you. You have made that statement. Let me repeat it for those who have a language barrier. You set up a top-down analysis, you marked up your charts, you found your zones on the higher time frames like your mentor showed you, but you found yourself trading on the fucking 30 and the 15 minutes. And then you realize if you would have just waited for your zone, you wouldn't have had no problem, you wouldn't have had no anxiety, you wouldn't have had none of that extra tension, stress, all of that extra entries. For no damn reason. Let me show you why that happened. So the mindset to trade on a daily trend is not the same mindset that I need to set to trade on a 4 hour trend. Because when I get over on a 4 hour trend, a daily trend requires a scalper position trader mentality, meaning I am willing to jump into this candle and see what it does for 24 hours. The minute you get to the 4 hour, you're making 4 hour decisions in a 24 hour candle. You understand that? Put some 8s in the chat if you understood what I just said. So watch this. So imagine if you took this trend line rejection. We know that there's a very bearish candle on the 4 hour on the daily. So that means that this is a hella aggressive. But it's worth the take. You understand that? Let me say that again. It's hella aggressive, but it's worth the take. So you go, bro, if I'm looking at a 44.15, 44.12 swing buy, that means I have to be ready to scalp or day trade a 44.50 to a 44.47. You see? And people say, where do you get those numbers from? That's where the trend line is at. We talking price action. And imagine if it drops past the 44.50, then I just take the L because it's past those 30 pips, and then I wait for the 44.15, like this right here. Now watch this. Let's demonstrate. Let's demonstrate so you can understand the psychology about what can happen today. I believe this will happen today. In the next hour and 30 minutes, we're going to get another candle that is going to drop to this trend. And when you go to the history of just this area, this price, what did I give you? 44.50. That's 44.50. Look, right there. 44.50 she's sitting at right now. Watch this. So when you come down here, you're looking at 44.35 to 44.38 as a buy zone off this trend. You see this? A 44.35, a 44.38 off this trend, and that's what you banking off on the trend right here. That gives you that bounce. You see? Watch this. Watch when I line it up. Watch when I line it up. I'm going to take the 45.12, the 30 pip zone right here, and I'm just going to move it up. What did I say? 35.38. Boom. Right there. You see? It plays right out. It plays right out. And that's how you quickly get into something. Because a lot of y'all don't even want to wait. A lot of y'all ain't got no patience. Put some 8s in the chat if you ain't got no patience. Click that thumbs up if you just learned something. So the difference between that trend line rejection on the daily compared to the trend line rejection on the 4 hour is how long you stay in there. Because you could be going up for 4 hours and it could just be sitting still on the day. Ew. You understand what I just said? He said, I'm not a doctor. I don't know patients. So this is why it's important, if you're going to make the decision that you saw a daily trend line, you like trading on the 4 hour, because all day traders trade from the 4 hour. They all trade from the 4 hour. So that lets me know there's going to be some type of decision made at the price 44.35 to 44.38, and I'm willing to make the decision that it's going to respect that trend and buy up. You see? Put some 8s in the chat if you understand what I just said. Put some 8s in the chat if you understand what I said. Now watch how the mind start playing with you. And then we're going to start marking zones and giving you guys some zones. Now, that's an analysis. You see? Now watch when you get to the 1 hour. Look at the 1 hour. Look how close it came to it. Look at the 1 hour. Look how close it came to it. Look at shit. We were just late because I was teaching, but look how close it came to this little zone right here. Look how close it came right here. It came to 44.39. I just gave y'all 44.38, 44.35. Do y'all understand how fire that is? And it is sitting at 44.54 right now by a hair. And we're literally maybe 20, 30 minutes off of that on that joint. 20, 30. If I would have just looked there in the first beginning of the class, I would have gave it. How would I have known? What did I tell you? The history repeats itself. History shows that a decision was made here. And versus coming back down, it went up. Right here, versus even giving it, it went back up. Remember yesterday I told y'all about one-legged monsters? Y'all see that one-legged monster right there? You see how it's like one leg right there, like it just blast off, left that wick, and now she's all the way up here. The market had to come back down and try to get that, you see? This is why it will come down and respect this. You see that? So the reason why I get on these classes with y'all is for you guys to start seeing what me and Alex see. We have a whole bunch of traders in our organization, Shout out to the Orange Beanie gang, Orange Beanie Global, because now we're professional. But the whole purpose of these classes, y'all, is to teach you how to fish in the financial markets. Because when you learn what I just showed you and what I'm just doing right here in front of your face, it's nothing to change the pair. It's nothing to go from I don't like nothing on gold. I just missed my opportunity. Okay, let's go look at US 30. Okay, boom, US 30 is moving sideways and it's in under a doji on the daily. Hell no. I'm not trading with confused ass individuals. Let's go look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ is bleeding right now, so therefore, let's see what's going on with NASDAQ. So I'll go to NASDAQ, and if I see the same thing I saw on US 30, guess what that lets me know? I need to go trade some silver. I need to go trade some currencies. I need to just drop the value. I need to just go to the currencies, which move slower, like taking kids from a candy. I mean, taking candy from kids. Like this, look, watch this. So let's say, oh man, we missed our goal by 10 pips. If we missed it by 10 pips, let's go look at US 30. Let's clear the charts on US 30. Look at US 30. That's the 1 hour. Put a 1 in the chat if you putting your money over there. Put a 2 in the chat is like, hell no. Put a 2 in the chat for hell no. Put a 2 for hell no. You see that? So you immediately know. You see, so this is surfing. So if I go to the 4 hour where I like to trade, look. Bro, you got me messed up. I ain't even finna deal with that. Look at the daily. Look at the daily candle. Bro, y'all got me messed up. What did I just tell you? I ain't even looked at US 30 and I told you it was a doji. Look at that. It ain't enough money there. I would have to go from this day to what? To nothing. You see, you have nothing to gain on. So you're looking for pure buys. When I see something like this, I'm only looking to follow this structure right here. So I'm going, sellers are going to come in because this is 3 white soldiers On the daily, put an 8 in the chat if you don't understand what the 3 white soldiers are. Thank you, love. Mama done brought me a chair. Mama done brought me a chair. Put some 8s in the chat if you don't understand the 3 white soldiers. Oh, yeah, I can sit down now. Oh, I can sit down now. Look at this. Look at that TikTok. We're going to bring that thing down. We're going to bring the whole desk down. We're going to bring the whole desk down. Oh, yeah, we in there like swimwear right now. Y'all got me messed up. Y'all got me messed up. So, we got 8s. People don't know what 3 white chairs. So people don't know what the 3 white soldiers. I'm finna educate y'all today. Yes, here we go. Watch this. When the market makes 3 consecutive higher highs, the fourth candle would retest minimum 50% into the 3rd higher high. You open a buy position here, stop loss goes under the first soldier. This is a confirmed bullish pattern. Let's do like this. By the way, I'll be paying my business taxes too, y'all. So stop playing with me, gang. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. You type in 3 white, that's what pops up. So this is so important. Now, you living in a world that everybody keep talking about racism, talk about this, white power, white supremacy. I just typed in 3 white and 3 white soldier candlestick patterns popped up. It's all about your mindset. More people click 3 white soldiers. 3 white soldiers candlestick pattern because it is the most consecutive pattern you're going to see in the market that confirms that it is going up. Most of the time, you guys see that 4th candle, which is the retracement. Understand that. So watch this. Let's click on it. Let's click on it with this good vibe and music on the background. Ew. There you go. Look at this. Let's get images. I want images. Images. 3 white soldiers. 3 white soldiers. 3 white soldiers. 3 white soldiers. Y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Watch this. Boom. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. I do it in your face. I do it in your face. Remember what I said. Here it is. Confirm the signal. Entry. I'm going to read all of this out so you guys can understand. The 3 white soldiers is a strong bullish reversal candlestick pattern, typically signaling the end of a downtrend and a shift towards the upward momentum. It consists of 3 consecutive long bullish candles, with each opening with the previous candle's body and closes near its high, showing sustained buying pressure. Proper trading with the pattern involves combining pattern recognition, confirmation tools, and disciplined risk management. Here's the structural approach. How to identify the pattern. It occurs in a downtrend or a pullback with an uptrend. Understand that. Each candle must exhibit a long green bullish body opening within the prior candle's body. Closes near the high. So basically what it's saying, you need each candle closing, opening, boom. Each one is higher. This is what it's saying right here. Boom, boom, boom. Remember what it said. You're either going to see it in a downtrend or a rejection in the uptrend. Look at this. Let's look at the overall market. It is a rejection in the uptrend. Boom. Remember what I just showed y'all? What did I just teach y'all? What did I just teach y'all on gold? Bang. What did I just teach you on gold? Boop. What did I just teach you on gold? Look. Boop. Trendline rejection. Trendline rejection. And if I go to the 4 hour, you're going to get 3 touches to confirm it. Look, right there. You got bang, 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 bang. So when it goes all the way up, look at the touch on the money, on the 200. Bow. So when you go to the day and you go, oh my God, that is an uptrend. Let's go back to the day so you can see the pattern. It produced 3 white soldiers. Confirm. Where was we at? Bow, 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 bow. Bow. How to trade it. Now, we recognized it. You see the rejection? You see what it said? You see what it said? You see what it said? Right here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. You understand that? Understand that. Number 2, confirming the signal. Rising volume across 3 candles strengthen validity. Validity, basically, it's moving. Support level is the first candle forms at the key support area. The pattern is more reliable. Technical indicators and all of this stuff. Here it is. Aggressive entry, buy at the close of the 3rd candle. So what they're saying is, if you want to be aggressive, you buy right here. And this is where the institutions get you fucked up at. You see? This is where institutions get you fucked up at because they tell you to buy right there. When I'm telling you, history shows that when the market gives you 3 consecutive higher highs, it retraces minimum 50% or to the rejection of the second soldier. So I say, why enter here and just be in a drawdown and you ain't got the mindset or the emotion for it? Play it safe, high risk, low risk, high reward. First entry. Because this is NASDAQ, you got 300 pips. So if my first entry is at 498, my next modest entry is at 468. You understand the 300 pip zone? So now I can lose. You see that? I can lose properly. Come on, give it to me. Actually, it's 264, my bad, sorry. 264, so we're going down to 234. Let's get it in there. Let's go to the 4 hours so I can put it there. So I can get some splash. There she goes. You see? So that's me saying, I don't want to deal with none of that shit. I'm going to wait till the market do this right here. Pop. Continue up. Why? 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 Because that is the trend, my friend. You see? That is the trend. That is the trend. If I start the trend where the market closed at versus the rejection, look at this. I can start it from right here. I can start it from right here. Boom, and run it straight up. Buy out. Run straight up. Boom, yeah. 8's in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. So the only play you got on US 30 right now, because she moving sideways, you got to wait till that bitch drop just so she can fly up. Pardon my French. But a lot of people understand like that. A lot of people understand like that. For the elderly in here, you have to wait till she rejects or retraces in price action into the new price action where buyers are proven to be at, because the market broke that structure. This is what I mean by that. Why I choose this price is because that's a breakout candle. It broke out of this little structure right here. You see? These are all-time highs. These are all-time highs. So if she broke a new all-time high right here and has not retraced, I go, yo, you go back to where she broke at, which is right here. So I say buy on the top of the old structure because she's going to retrace and she's going to pull back up. Because why? We got Venezuelan oil. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? We got oil, player. We got oil. Bro, stop playing with me, gang. 49,264 to 49,234 would be that zone. Put some fire in the chat if you're understanding what I'm telling you. So what that does also, it shows me because the market moves sideways, the market moves three ways. It moves up, it moves down, it moves sideways. We don't trade sideways over here in OBG. Because when you're trading sideways, you're trading with market confusion. You're trading with literally the uneducated individual. So we're not trying to trade with uneducated individuals. We're trying to wait for the breakout. We're just waiting for the breakout. Break down and push back up. Because in order to go up, it has to come down. You want to know why it has to come down? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know why I know that the price has to come down before it comes back up. Because a lot of people don't understand. So I like to make it super simple. Because you got to understand when price is at an all-time high, ain't nobody buying. That's why you got these little bitty ass candles. These are 4-hour candles, but they little as hell. You see? So people are expecting that motherfucker to keep doing what this is doing. So sellers have to come in because there's not enough buyers, and they will push the price down to a comfortable place where people will start buying in at a massive level and boom, break another all-time high. Lady D, if you lower your stop loss, that's cheating yourself. You have to commit. You have to commit. You have to commit to the trade. That's what it is. These are your parameters. It's never a bad thing when you're in the trade from yesterday and you riding that thing out, trailing your stop loss, trailing your stop loss, trailing your stop loss. And then once you clip, it's okay. It's okay. But adjusting your stop loss and moving it down right there, it's a bad habit. It's a really bad habit. Because one thing I learned in this business, as much as I'm ready to win, I'm always prepared to lose. So by knowing that I'm prepared to lose, I'm always winning. I'm always winning. I'm always winning. Just that simple. So let's get into it. We got 12 more minutes. We got 12 more minutes. So you got 49,264. Let's type it up in the chat. Let's put it here. 49,264. Boom. 49,234. Buy US 30. No selling US 30. Only buying her. Only buying. NASDAQ. Where you at, Dasty Nas? Oh, look at that breakout pattern. Look at that breakout pattern. I took that slingshot yesterday. And let me give you the history. I took this slingshot, and let me tell you why. When you go to the 1 hour, you will see it happening right here, the EMA 9 and the EMA 200. I took this 3 times and got clipped out 3 times because I knew news was coming, and I didn't want this candle to come down here and activate this while I was taking risk right here. Put some fire in the chat if you understood what I just said. I was trading news, meaning I knew some shit was finna pop off because Trump was about to speak and announce that we were gonna be keeping the money. So what I said was, there's an EMA 9 and an EMA 200 sitting on the 1 hour. Watch this. Let me delete it all. Boom. Look at this. This is the EMA 9 and the EMA 200. Let's watch it on the replay. I want y'all to watch it on the replay. Watch this. Watch these little slingshot areas. See this little area right here? Look at these. Watch the 200 and EMA 9. I'm going to do a class on it. Watch it. I saw it when it got above it and started coming back down to it because of the trend line rejection. Watch it. You see? There it is right there. So this is the push up. Look at the sellers coming in on the Lux Algo. You see this right here? Look. Right there. Boom. Boom. You understand that? You understand that? Put some fire in the chat if you understand that. Put some fire in the chat if you understand that. Put some fire in the chat if you understand that. So imagine I got clipped out that thing 3 times. 3 times. And then that thing took off. And it clipped me out every time. $10 in profit. $10 in profit. I'm telling myself, either I'm finna get $10 or I'm finna get $1,000. I'm finna get $10 or I'm finna get $1,000. I'm up 80, I'm up 150, I'm up 260, I'm up. And we come back and get that $10. I said, I didn't lose. I only made $30, but I knew some shit was gonna pop off, but I had to protect it. And the reason why I say protect your money, because it's not worth being in that same trade and it going the opposite direction and then just taking me out with one candle. Yeah, how many times, put an 8 in the chat if you've been taken out of a trade in one candle. You understand that? So let's go look at NASDAQ. Let's go look at NASDAQ. Remember I told y'all when I see NASDAQ and US 30 moving the same? Remember the 1 hour on US 30? Look at this. The 1 hour on US 30, we say she need to drop. Look at these little bitty dojis. Look at all of this confusion on US 30. Man, get the hell out of here, 30. Look at NASDAQ. Look how small she going down. She ready to blast because she blasted off like that. But sellers are still there. So guess what? That rejection needs to happen. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily. Look at the daily. Look at the daily. You don't have 3 white soldiers, but you got 2. So guess what this candle could be? This candle could be considered the 3rd higher low. Look, 1, 2, 3, and the 3rd consecutive higher high if it closes up here. So that's me projecting it. So I don't need to project it. I say, yo, I'll go to this highly rejection and I say, yo, where's the gaps? Watch this. Boom. This is how you trade and you wait. Boom, for your area. And you just scalper. Boom. This is a daily. So we're going orange lines so you guys understand. Daily roof. Bye, y'all. Where's my daily floor? Because we got news, we putting it at yesterday's blast off. You see? She blasted off yesterday. Remember I told y'all that if she gets up in here, I told y'all buyers are over here. All you have to do is just boop, 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 flip your zone. Flip that sell zone. Flip that sell zone. So watch this. Now y'all see how I got my daily roof? Here's my daily floor. Put some 8s in the chat if you following me. Put some 8s in the chat if you following me. Put a 1 in the chat if you lost already. All I've done was take the higher the high right here where rejection happened. There's no rejection over here. So I took that. That matches up with this. A whole bunch of rejection over there. So that lets me know there's sellers in this area, this price range right here. And if I just go straight over there, that lets me know sellers are still there. That lets me know sellers are still there. Watch this. I go here for my daily floor because if this daily candle is the daily floor, that's too close if I go to my 4 hour. Look, my 4 hour, that's like too close to say, okay, if it comes back right here, I'm a buyer right here. No, you're too late for that. You see, you're too late for this. You're too late for this. So guess what you got to wait for? Guess what you got to wait for? You got to wait for the daily floor, which is here. Boom. Because that's the last time price revisited and blast off. So that's the lowest risk, highest reward play. Put some hundreds in the chat if you follow me. Because you like to day trade, because you ain't got patience, you need to go to the 4 hour. The market always like to retrace to the 200. So the 200 says 25,372 is the floor. That means if the 200 is at 25,371, that's a perfect lineup. All I need is 300 pips past that. So from 72 to 402, this is how you do it. Boom, right here, bang, boom, right there. That's your zone. That's your buy zone. That's how you do it. And I will live and die with this same thing I said on US 30. The market has to come down, retrace, boom, and take off. And revisit the daily roof. Put some fire in the chat if you understand. Put some fire in the chat if you understand. Now, market psychology. I don't change my strategy because market blows through a zone. So today I go, oh my God, I'm not going to do the 300 pip zone. I'm not going to. If I'm not feeling comfortable about a zone, or I'm like kind of like, I just make it smaller. I go from a 300 pip zone to a 200 pip zone, from a 200 pip zone to a 150 pip zone. You see, I might go, you know what? If it really comes down, I might not like be willing to lose 300 pips. I might not be willing to lose 300 pips when I average over 8 to 10,000 pips a week. I might not be willing to lose 300. So what I will be willing to lose is 150 pips. I'd be willing to lose $150. I'd be willing to lose $150 trying to go for $1,000 to $2,000. I'd be willing to do it. But since 150 does not add up to $1,000 as far as numbers wise, I'm saying I'll be willing to lose 150 to try to make 750. You got to make the math make sense. Because I'm willing to lose 300 to make 1,000. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So now it makes sense. So I go, bro, it ain't worth the risk. It ain't worth the risk when you start talking about the foreign exchange market. Start talking about how many times you've blown an account. Talking about how many times you done jumped into something, thought it was something, but then you didn't do the fundamental or the actual situation analysis. So the situation of the economy fucks with your trade, and that's why you lose. And you're so gung-ho on your trade, you get optimistic and you start taking extra entries. And now you're taking unnecessary losses in those higher entries, thinking that you're going to close them out when it came back. And it never came back. And now you're stuck with your tail up your ass. Like, man, you know what? I'll get it tomorrow. I'll trade another day, man. It's all right. I'll be all right. It's not okay. Quit making that mistake. You should trade where the market actually understands where retailers put their stop loss. Let me say this again. I give you entries where retailers put their stop loss. That's what we do in OBG. And that's why we're so cold-blooded. And people say, man, you talk so much. No, bro, because somebody got to tell y'all this. Hey, bro, it'll take me 5 minutes to give you a signal. Imagine I said all of this for 58 minutes and I gave you signals. It's nothing to give you signals. It's nothing to say, yo, bro, here's a fish. Boom, baby Jesus. Boom, here's a fish. Here's a fish. It's nothing to do that. But I talked to y'all for an hour on one leg. My wife saw it, brought me a chair. Within 47 minutes almost into it. So I'm telling y'all, man. So the play, you got right here, 25,000. Let's turn it around so y'all can see. NASDAQ, 25,372. 25,402. Binance. That's a rejection off the 200. And if you want to see how powerful the rejection off the 200, that's what that would look like. Understand that. You want to see a trend line rejection off the 200? That's what it looks like. That's US 30. That's US 30. And guess what day that was? Guess what day that was? That was last Friday, just to let y'all know. So what that's saying is last Friday, you could have noticed a 200 EMA on the actual daily trend. The daily trend on US 30 and took that buy last Friday, even if the market was closing, just secure it. You could have took that buy and look at what you would have been up. Look at what you would have been up. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. 16,000 pips. Sheesh. So you guys got signals. Did I do US 30? Did I put US 30? Did I do NASDAQ? Did I do NASDAQ? There's your NAS. I didn't give y'all no gold. I didn't give y'all gold. Did I give y'all gold? Oh, yeah. You got 2 shots on gold. Let's put it out there. You got 2 shots on gold. All buys. All buys. What did I say that shit was? 35.38? 35.38. 44.35. 44.38. Buy gold. You see that? If she blasts through here, guess what you do? You flip that, and that's now your sell zone, 35.38, going to your new buy zone that's down here at that 200. You understand that? You understand that? And remember, you got the 44.12 to 44.15 also. You got that 44.12, 44.15. Remember that. Boom. Right up under it, which is the daily trend. That's that trend, you see? Look, that's that saying that candle is going to come here and bounce from here. So you're going to be scalping here, buying here. Ooh, do you see the sauce? Do you see the sauce? Type yes if you see the sauce. Because a lot of y'all ain't got no control of your trigger. So I teach you how to have control of the trigger while triggering with control losses. You understand that? A lot of y'all got itchy trigger fingers when it comes to buying and selling in the market. A lot of y'all pulling on the trigger versus squeezing it. So what I'm teaching you right now, if you got a problem squeezing that motherfucker and like, you like itchy fingers, listen, it's okay. 30 pip zones, 300 pip zones, 20 pip zones, control losses. And when you lose because it blew through it, not because it just like tiptoed out of the zone. I'm talking a complete blow through. Boom, flip the zone. It's now a buy zone. It's a proven buy zone now. Where you were trying to sell, that's buyers. Buyers are there. Just flip it. If it blows through 44.35 because of news, 44.38, and nobody really takes it because it produces a big red candle. You understand that? Like, I didn't take any of those sales yesterday because I'm like, yo, bro, it's obvious. It's a huge green candle. It's like coming out of nowhere. Like, nobody should even be taking those because it's like jumping in front of a bus. So if it blows through it, I wait for the retest on the other side of the trend because it has to blow through the trend. You see? It has to blow through the trend. So if it blows through that, I know I'm going, yo, I just fucked that 44.12, 44.15, man, fuck. But the 44.35, 44.38, that's where the buy is at. So if it blows through that, let me show you before I go. It's 5:03, I gotta go. Imagine, if it blows through this, that means you gotta break close retest. Watch it, watch it. Let me delete everything so you can see it. Watch it, look at this. If it blows through the trend, boom, here. Right there, bang. She comes down, bang. She blows through it, boom, like this. She closes under here. She's gonna do this right here, boom. She's gonna come right back up, revisit that same zone that it just blew through, and boom, and she's gonna drop on the other side, and she's gonna come down and feel this scalp, this one-legged monster right there. You see? That's how it'll play out. So you'll be selling right there where you were trying to buy right here because the trend has been broken. That's trend line rejection, lose, break close retest, win, opposite direction. You guys got it? You guys got it? I love you guys. Y'all make the rest of your day the best of your day. This is your guy, Mr. Holistic. Also, next class, I'll be on again tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm gonna have our whole setup ready. We'll be live on YouTube. We'll be live rocking and rolling. I'll be standing with the lights on and everything. So we'll be Gucci. But keep these zones, keep this understanding, keep this psychology, understanding we got 3 white soldiers on the daily on the US 30. The 4th candle is gonna be produced today, and it could be a down candle because the market is bleeding. So it could retrace that 4th candle today. So on the 4-hour, you could see a lot of selling pressure happening on the indices because you have 3 white soldiers already complete. So the 4th candle will retrace. Facts. Love you guys. Deuces.